And we are live. Good evening, everyone. Or should I say good afternoon, good morning, or good night, depending on wherever you're tuning in from. My name is Nipun Sharma, host of NS Sports TV. And I'm not called NS Sports TV for no reason. Otherwise, I should just call myself NS Chelsea TV. So I have some breaking news a little bit too late. Mo Salah pens a new long-term contract with Liverpool. And it would only make sense if I brought a Liverpool fan on to discuss the news. So, Tyler, how are you feeling?
Yeah, buzzing. Obviously, another bit of good news has come out during the transfer window. Obviously, there's been a few downs with certain players leaving and that sort of thing. But this is, just another bit of great news that's happened in and around the club. Obviously, it's a 3-year extension as well, so it's massive.
Nice. I honestly think he's going to retire at your club. I don't think he'll play for any other club now.
Yeah, so it's a very good shout. It is a very good shout, especially with how long he keeps extending the contracts and that sort of thing. And he's come out before and said he wants to be at Liverpool for the rest of his career. He's an ambitious player. A lot of people say he's one of them where he looks at money situations, and I just don't. I understand. Obviously,
this
I know.
Might answer your question.
My Alexa
the
wants to start
official
talking.
currency of the United Kingdom is the British pound sterling.
I don't even know why, but I just muted it. But yeah, sorry. As I was saying, I know he wanted a bit more on his contract and that sort of thing, but he's an ambitious player. He wants to be I think, for example, when Ronaldo come back into the league, I think that just thrives Salah, because Salah's one of them who wants to be the best and wants to show that he is, one of the best. So, it's really not a bad shout.
Nice. Do you think he'll have a statue outside Anfield?
If he carries on breaking records like he has been, I can't see why not, to be honest with you. He's one of the many people in the last however many years it's been now, that's been a key part to the team as a whole. So, I can't see why not. Same with Klopp, for example. Doubters to believers, the saying. So I can't see why not.
Nice. So, obviously, according for a lot of Liverpool fans, the season didn't end how they wanted it to. But overall, are you happy with how last season panned out?
I think when you look a little bit deeper, and opposition fans will go, "Oh, well, yeah, of course you're saying that." But I look at things like, I wouldn't necessarily say the league, we really bottled it, in my opinion, because we were 13. Was it 13? No, 14 points. Sorry, behind during Christmas, and at that time there, I remember a lot of people thought it was over. So to even make it come down to the last day. Oh, excuse me, my camera just decided to turn off. It loves to do that sometimes. But yeah, to even make it come down, I'll just talk like this for now. To even make it come down to the last, day was phenomenal in my opinion. And Champions League, it is one of them. Like Trent, I thought he was very shaky in that final, and I'm not going to lie, he was. I don't want to slate him too much, but he was the reason, in my opinion, why we lost that. Like the goal, for example, you can't be, getting caught out in a game of that magnitude like that and ball watching and giving a player like Vinicius Jr. all that space. So, there's things like that. You can maybe say, it's disappointing, but then again, right? I don't want to make any excuses, and it's not an excuse. It's just a fact. It's just recently against Real Madrid, we just, I don't know. It feels like they're our bogey team, to be honest. You even look at when we played them in the knockout stages the season before. Obviously, we lost heavily when they had to play at their training ground, and then obviously we drew 0-0 at Anfield, and we just couldn't score a goal. And even when you look at the final the year before as well, it's just one of them. And in a way, it looked like it was written in the stars for them to win it. You look at all the comebacks they've done in all the pretty much every single knockout game. So I think overall you've got to look at it, and yeah, it might be the two so-called worst trophies won, but to even be in a proper, real good chance of winning all them trophies, I think that's really good, because you got to remember they play every single game, so that's what's that, like 60 odd games or something like that. It's just I think you got to look at that as well. I don't want to sound salty or anything, but a lot of people laugh at that and say all this stuff. Like my comeback to it is, one, it's never been done in England before by any team, and two, how close was their club to doing it before? So that's how I stand on it. But let me try to sort my camera out. Just give me a second.
By the way, apologies for eating live on stream.
Right, hopefully it stays there.
You do know there's another person who has Luton Town as their second team.
Oh, really?
Let's just say he used to appear on AFTV.
Oh, I think I know who you're on about. Yeah. I think I know who you're on about.
And he says behave a lot.
Yeah. Know exactly who you're on about. Yeah. So, because I know they were born in Luton as well, so that's how I knew straight away who you're on about there.
Yeah, I am convinced that he used to be a member of that cult.
You never know.
But then again, if he was, I don't think Robbie would have hired him.
Yeah, true. But yeah, just another thing as well, quickly, about the final. I see a lot of comments here. We had a lot of chances in that final as well, which is very true. And, like I said, I think it was just written in the stars for Real Madrid, really, to be honest. I'm not trying to take away the fact, And
I'm happy. I supported. Look, there are only two teams in the world I hate more than Real Madrid, and that's Glasgow Celtic and Arsenal.
All right, yeah, fair enough.
Celtic because they're my favorite team in Scotland, and Arsenal because, they're Arsenal. Chelsea fans hate them.
Yeah, exactly.
And right, speaking of the comments, I'm going to go through them right now. Well, you're on here now.
Yeah, I know.
Another dream one. Thanks, Newsflash. Alexander Hilton, massive Lily White in the cut here. He likes steak. Evening, James. How are you? Evening, everyone. Bath Time with Vaughan asks James if he's happy with Everton signing James Tarkowski. And he thinks it's a good signing for them. Why am I reading people? Harry Winks. I don't know why he likes Harry Winks so much, man. Right.
Just quickly, a fun fact about Harry Winks. He was actually born near where I live. I mean, he was actually no. Sorry, he went to the school near where I live. I mean,
who the person who's now in jail?
No, Harry Winks.
Oh, he's a Luton boy, is he?
No. I don't. I live like 20 minutes away from Luton, but he went to school. He went to secondary school is not too far from me. It's about 10-15 minutes away.
He's a hot
walking.
boy.
So,
born in Hemel Hempstead.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Compared to Liverpool's past, Salah hasn't won nearly enough to get a statue. Salah is getting the Golden Boot, would not surprise me. I think the Golden Boot race will be between Erling Braut Haaland, Mo Salah, and Harry Kane. Oh yeah, and Son Heung-min. Without Mane, Liverpool should be fine. Diaz has settled in really well, and they're Man City, Man U are set to fight for Gnabry. Yes, they are. I don't expect a lot from them. Well, of course you wouldn't. Naturally, you'd say that because you're a Man United fan. Oh, and speaking of Man United fans who laughed at Liverpool for bottling the... You have no right to laugh at anyone. Your team is trash. Honestly. I still don't know how Liverpool... Look, man, Real Madrid, it's in their DNA.
Yeah.
What are my... Oh, God. I'd rather scrub my eyes out with bleach. I don't like Love Island. Liverpool weren't composed enough in the final. No, Tottenham. I've told you repeatedly why I rate her. Yeah, work rate, passion, desire. We get that. Niffin, if you want to down this hill, I reckon Gabriel Jesus will... Right, I'm clipping this. Gabriel Jesus will outscore Haaland and Nunes. You're a legend. Thanks, Ben. Right. So back to the topic at hand. Do you think this is going to be his last contract at Liverpool, or do you think he'll sign one more?
It's difficult. It's difficult. It all depends on how the 3 years turn out to be, in my opinion. But then again, it could link into what we said earlier, and what I said in which he said before. He's come out and said he wants to be a Liverpool player for the rest of his career. So, it also, it's a lot of things that go into it. Will his ambition be the same, in 3 years? Which I'm sure it will. But you never know. There's a lot of things that go into it. So what is he? How old is he now? So is he 30? Is he 30 years old?
Yeah, 30. He turned 30 last month.
Yeah. So if I had to predict, I'd say yeah. Maybe another year or something after that. So
yeah. You don't see him playing into his late 30s or possibly until his 40s.
I actually do see him. I do see him playing in his late 30s. I do. Honestly, I think he'll be similar to, like, obviously how, like the ones in the Premier League now, for example, like obviously Ronaldo, you say Thiago Silva as well. I think he'll be playing, same like they are right now, for example. I really think he will. So I think he's, obviously he is proving stuff, but I think he'll just keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it.
Yeah. So, oh God, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, this is what happens when you do 3 hours plus with only an hour's break in between.
Yeah.
Here's a question from Hanno. Is Salah your greatest ever player in the Premier League era?
I suppose if you're basing it on what he's accomplished and what he's done consistently year after year with goals, I suppose you'd have to say, yeah. However, I know a lot of people are going to go, oh, Gerrard. Like I said, a lot of people like to base it on what they've won and that sort of thing as well. Salah's won it all, and he's got the goals consistently. Like, he's scoring ridiculous amount of goals each year, in everything. So, for me, I suppose you'd actually have to say, yeah, to be honest.
Nice. If you could keep one of, yeah. Here's another question.
That's a tough one. That is a tough one. It's difficult. It's difficult because for me, Alisson's. For me, he's the best shot stopper in the world, 1-on-1, in my opinion. And you've seen that a lot. Like, there's a lot of times players are 1-on-1, and most of the time, 9 times out of 10, against, not every single, keeper, but majority of keepers, there's a goal. So you're missing that if you don't say him. Van Dijk, I think there's, other than probably, I wouldn't say, I don't know about now because he's been injured a lot, but other than probably Ramos, maybe. I don't really know if there's people close to him, but that sort of level, in my opinion. So, that's difficult. And then Salah's obviously, Salah, I'm gonna say Van Dijk. It's difficult though. It is difficult.
Yeah. Guys, if you haven't smashed the like already, please do so. We are on 12 likes, hoping to reach 20 by the end of the stream.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. But I'm just looking at the squad as a whole and seeing where can there really be, potential replacement for it. But for them three, it's difficult because obviously they do different roles. People look more at an attacking sense. In rating players, the best ever or best in a certain thing. But I think if Liverpool were to lose like Virgil van Dijk, say for example, that's massive. Essentially, like, of course it is with Salah as well, but I just feel you're missing. A defense will be a lot more open, in my opinion, a lot more open. Now I know Konate and Matip are good, but not that level. Do you know
Obviously,
what I mean? So,
look, if you put Van Dijk, Ramos, and Silva in the same bracket, they will not look out of order.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the thing is, look, I see Virgil van Dijk playing at a very high level.
Yeah.
Until he retires, honestly. And this is very common in defensive-minded players. Like, they lost goalkeepers and defensive-minded players. They lost into their late 30s.
Yeah.
Does Trent?
I wouldn't say greatest players with Trent. I'll be honest.
Okay, the question.
If I said that, I think that'd be very deluded, to be honest.
Yeah. How many years will Klopp stick around at Liverpool? I know he signed an extension not that long ago.
I'd probably still say until this contract. Because, I'd say until this contract, to be honest.
Yeah. I honestly think he will overlook. Hansi Flick has just signed a contract with the German FA. But I honestly think he will take a sabbatical after Liverpool. And then he will take over as Germany manager after Hansi Flick leaves. That's my understanding.
Yeah.
But
I know he's, yeah.
At some point, I do see him managing Germany.
Yeah, because he's even come out before and said one day he does want to achieve that. So yeah, I definitely agree on that.
Look, and it would be really nice to see. Look, obviously, I support England, and
Yeah.
but if he ever becomes the Germany manager, they will automatically become my second team. So yeah, now actually my third team, because my second team are Scotland, because the whole reason, because obviously I follow Rangers, and Scotland have a few Rangers players in their team, so that's why I follow them, because of Rangers.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
By the way,
Yeah,
have
this
you
comment-
bought your England top yet for the World Cup?
What's that? Sorry.
Have you bought your England top yet for the World Cup?
No, I do need to get a New England top, to be fair. I've only got two, and one of them barely fits me now, and the other one's the last one from the World Cup. Remember the training top? It's that one. So
Yeah, and me and my dad are going to get our own two jerseys, and we're going to support together.
Yeah, fair enough.
I honestly think this whole anyone but England is a bit outdated, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Look, my teacher is a Celtic supporting Glaswegian. So, but she supported England in the final against Italy. And you know how much they hate England, Celtic fans. Big up Niall, big up Niall. His name is Tyler, by the way.
Big up yourself, mate.
Man United and Motherwell fan. Oh no, Luca, this isn't what you think it is. It's Let's Talk Transfers. That's a Football for Thought podcast. That will come back in on the 31st of July.
There you go.
I've stopped because the only reason you know that podcast I do.
Yeah.
The only reason I was doing it because there was so much football on.
Yeah.
So this Let's Talk Transfers is a mini series that I'm doing throughout the transfer window.
Yeah.
And
big up yourself, mate.
Why is Tyler displaying a prime drink alongside the FA Cup? Because they won both trophies, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, so I usually change my setup. Usually I have, so say I'm doing a Premier League game, I have like two Premier League flags of the teams that are playing. But I decided to do the two trophies Liverpool won, Liverpool football there, and Prime, why the hell not, I suppose. I mean, no, I'll be real. The only reason it's up there is so it actually stays up. It don't stay up otherwise, because I have to put it on top of the flag. Yeah.
James also asks, what other positions do Liverpool need to strengthen in this window?
I'd definitely say midfield, but I don't know if that's going to happen because I think Klopp's come out and said there will not be no midfield signings, and that's just, I don't know, it is a little bit annoying because, you look at what City are doing and they already won the league last season. They're extending it even more, bringing in players like Haaland. Not too sure about the talks about Cucurella. Are they still going on? Not really too sure.
I honestly think they might not sign him. I'll be real with you.
Yeah, they might not. But even the likes of bringing in Haaland, they won the league without a proper striker. Now they've brought in Haaland.
Are you actively hoping? You're asking these questions. What if he get? Are you actively hoping they do?
Calvin Ramsey, obviously a new signing. And that is something I'm very happy about. That Liverpool actually brung in a backup right back. Now I know Milner and Gomez done all right when they were there, but they're not actually right backs. So now that they've done that, I'm very happy.
Well,
Not gonna lie.
Milner and Gomez are midfielders and centre backs respectively.
Yeah, exactly.
But Milner is the type of player you need in your team, a utility man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I swear he played on the wing at one point.
It probably did. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he went in goal at some point next season.
Jesus Christ. Coach's Corner thinks Haaland will flop. I'd be surprised if he did. Not especially. Right. In 5 minutes' time, I will be opening up the lines. To two people. So if anyone else comes in, I'll put one person backstage and we'll rotate.
Cool. But yeah, a lot of people saying they think Haaland will flop, and I do think he will. You know, I wouldn't say flop, but I do think he'll really struggle. No, I don't think he'll flop, but I think he will struggle. It's quite hard, to be fair, because it's a completely different league. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be difficult. It really. I wouldn't say flops. He'll still get a couple of goals, but I just don't think he'll be up to the level a lot of people think he'll just instantly get. You know, Premier League, when it comes to, you know, how good the quality of players and that, it's the hardest league in the world.
Well, Sergio Aguero didn't flop in his first season.
Oh my God, British chap, this guy, man, this guy. That's one of my subs, mate. He does this every time.
Who does he support?
Basically, obviously joking around, but he wants me to sign a contract to a boxing fight. I don't know why, but he does it every time. Big up yourself, though, mate.
This is pace and power. Right. I'm sending the link in all my social groups.
Yeah, big up British chat. Absolutely.
If you want to join, I'll have up to 2 guests at one given time.
But yeah, like I was saying about Haaland, I don't think he'll flop. I just don't think he'll get as many goals as a lot of people think he will. You know, like I said, Bundesliga, what's that? More counter-attacking football. You know, it was when I watched it anyway. I don't watch it week in, week out. But, you know, whereas the Premier, like I said, you know, it's the hardest league when it comes to technicality and quality of players. So, big up yourself, mate. Big up yourself.
I love how he decides he can't be... Look, I've been streaming for 3 hours straight. It does take the toll.
To be fair, you have, yeah, to be fair.
You know, I might be going on holiday next month, so I need, if I'm not around to do all the streams, I might need a few co-hosts. Would you like to be a co-host on my channel?
Yeah. If you want a bit of help on that, that's not a problem to me.
Yeah. All I need. British.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Well, he's got a good channel, British chap. To be fair, he does Luton content, does other content as well, like reacting to series, I think it is, and that sort of thing. Yeah, definitely check it out.
Imagine you know, there are 2 things I would like to see in my life. Well, actually 3. 3 things I would like to see in my lifetime happen in the Premier League. 3 derbies. The Docklands derby, the M1 derby, and the East Lancashire derby.
Yeah. Fair enough.
He's all... Vaughan's
what are you about the British chat thing? I don't know if he ever has. You know, I wouldn't say I have literally got in the ring, but I've done a little bit of sparring sessions and that sort of thing, you know. But yeah, I'm not saying I'm elite. I'm not that great, to be honest. I've still got a lot to learn if I'm to do it, but I've done a little bit.
So, any other transfers you're thinking of making? I did name it Mo Salah Penn's new long-term contract because that's the
obviously Carvalho. has been officially announced with the shirt. Obviously, it's been like that for a while.
What number is he wearing?
It's 20 something. I think it's something like 28 or something crazy like that. Let me just.
I swear 28 is
Yeah,
Darwin.
28. 28, yeah.
28. Oh yeah,
28,
27 is Darwin Núñez.
Yeah. But yeah, from what I've seen of him, he's a similar player to Harvey Elliott. You know, he's not. He might get on the bench a couple of games and that, and get run-outs in like League Cup and that. But yeah,
Do you not think Harvey Elliott has a bit of an attitude?
could say that. You could say that. I understand why neutral fans would say that.
Because both Harvey Elliott and Richarlison did something very dangerous. Like throwing a flare into the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean, to be fair. I know what you mean.
I mean, like, honestly, why?
Yeah.
You could blind someone.
Yeah.
Have you ever carried a flare before?
No, I haven't. I haven't done that.
No, I'd probably just carry a flare for the fun of it, but I won't do anything stupid.
The only thing you see me carrying at football games is my phone to do the vlogs, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of vlogs, you'll see a lot more of that on my channel. More vlogs, more watch-alongs.
Yeah.
Because
Fair enough.
I want to grow my channel. Hopefully one day catch Fogden.
So, yes.
Oh, Mr. Yeah, Brentford are signing Hickey.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
I saw
my
that,
God,
yeah.
Arsenal got snubbed yet again. Arsenal were in for Aaron Hickey. And he was like, no, I'm going to Brentford. Oh my God. Arsenal, man.
Well, at least they got Patrick Vieira region.
Look, this is what they do every time. Yay, we're going to win the league. Lose a
British
few
fan, mate, I love that comment.
Out.
I can actually picture him saying it. That's the thing.
Who? Look, they're just so deluded.
Tyler, what are the positions Carvalho plays?
So I believe he could play on the wings, play in midfield. I think he could play similar positions to Harvey Elliott, to be quite honest with you. So, on the wings, midfield, anywhere like that, really. In an attacking sense, obviously. But yeah,
Okay.
I wouldn't say I've seen an awful lot of him. The most I saw of him was when Luton got absolutely pumped. And he scored. Can't remember how many goals. He definitely scored one. But yeah, that's the only time I've actually seen a lot of him, to be honest.
So wait, when did Fulham pump Luton?
God, was it second last game of the season? I've done a watch along. Do you know what I mean? Oh my God, flipping hell!
I still remember that stream.
I think when they got their fourth, I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna, give them credit at this point. They're just showing the quality, and we're just getting absolutely turned over. It was.
I remember.
You're one of those fans who find it hard to give other teams credit.
No. I used to be like that, but now I do give teams a lot of credit.
Yeah, look. When Arsenal beat us, granted, I was fuming because they're the team I hate losing to the most.
And the manner of the defeat as well.
Like, we came back twice. But then you know what? I was shameless after the defeat. I was like, to all the Arsenal fans, saying Tuchel is Arteta in, he knows if Arsenal lose that game, his job's at the line. So he was like, you know what? I'm going to put out my second string, and you know what? Keep Arteta in his job. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I don't know why so many Arsenal fans hate Tottenham. Sorry, I get why Arsenal fans hate
I was
Tottenham.
gonna say.
I don't get why so many Chelsea fans hate Tottenham. Personally, I hate Arsenal more.
Yeah, fair enough. It's just one of them, isn't it? I
Their fans
suppose.
are more annoying. Their players are more players in their team are more unlikable.
Yeah.
Granit Xhaka, he has to be one of the most unlikable players in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's even disliked by his own fans.
Yeah.
Sorry, but look, whenever there's a football stream going on, there's always we always at some point laugh at Arsenal.
Mm.
So, Hannah, who do you hate more, Arsenal or Tottenham?
Arsenal.
Same. Look, I don't really look. I get a lot of stick from Chelsea fans for this, but I don't care. A lot of them hate West Ham and Tottenham. I was like,
I hate West Ham.
I can't be
Is
the
there a-
only one who doesn't hate either team. Honestly,
I don't like when we lose to Tottenham. That's
I
so.
don't like losing to any team. But losing to Arsenal is just something else. And then it's their fans.
Yeah, losing
They
to
just
Arsenal
act as
and
if
Liverpool.
they just never let us hear the end of it.
Losing to Arsenal and Liverpool are the worst.
Now,
Because
losing to Arsenal, look, I can take losing to Liverpool. I can't take losing to Arsenal, honestly.
no, I can't take losing to Liverpool.
Why not? Their fans are less annoying.
Are you sure about it? Are you sure? No, Tyler, because it's a Port Luton, he's not.
Most Liverpool
So,
fans I know are less
so annoying.
Most Liverpool fans I know are less annoying than most Arsenal fans I know. Put it that way.
Yeah, but that's because you rattle Arsenal fans more.
And I love it. I love rattling Arsenal fans.
That's why they annoy you more because they know they're going to
They are
get
so
you
easy
worked
to
up.
rattle. Arsenal fans are so easy to rattle. Because when they say, "Oh, we've won the Invincibles," yeah, but have you won the Champions League? I know. I don't care about. You can't tell me which team I can and can't hate, okay? I don't care about traditional rivals. I care about rivals from school. And Arsenal fans were the ones who gave me the most stick. They were like, ha ha ha, you support little old Chelsea. Ha 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 ha. Well, look at where we are now, look at where they are now. So up the Chelsea. Yeah, speaking of Chelsea now, who do I think Chelsea will sign? I think we're going to sign Matthias de Ligt. I think Raheem Sterling is a done deal. It's just a matter of time before we announce him. Liverpool mainly. Fair enough. Fair enough. But this is how much I hate Arsenal. That I literally celebrated every single Spurs goal in that North London derby when they battered Arsenal 3-0. I celebrated as if a Chelsea player had scored. Real goal. I don't know. Look, man, honestly, Dembele, I don't want Rafinha, honestly. Because if he doesn't want us, then we don't want him. It's as simple as that. You get what I mean? You wouldn't want a player at your club who doesn't want to play for you.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, for example, even Leeds fans are saying, we want you out of our club. If you don't want to play for us, we don't want you out of... Look, like a lot of Chelsea fans are saying, oh, he will... Look, I don't want... I don't want another Lukaku situation in which we sign the player and then his head isn't fully in the game and his head's in Barcelona, in Catalonia. Honestly, I'd rather someone who has us granted as our second choice, but they give their full. Like Havertz, for example, his first choice was Real Madrid, but we somehow managed to convince him. And look how he's doing for us right now. Grass isn't always greener on the other side. But look, if he wants Barcelona, he can go. I wish him absolutely no luck and hope he fails massively because of our history with Barcelona, honestly. Chelsea, I've never had a problem with him. Fair enough. Fair enough. Look, Barcelona are broke, so for some reason I still think we'll get him. And you know what? I'll back him. Unless he does something stupid like Lukaku. We need a new striker, what do you think? No. We need a new defense first. So, how do you see, now back to Liverpool, because that's why I invited a Liverpool fan. How do you see Liverpool lining up next season?
So, the 4-3-3, like it has been for numerous amount of years now. So, Alisson in goal, Trent right back, Robertson left back. It depends on the competition as well, because I think Konate and Van Dijk are more for the Champions League, whereas Matip and Van Dijk are more Premier League. So it depends on what competition it is for that aspect. Midfield, for me, it's got to be what I feel is the best three: Fabinho, Thiago, and Henderson. And then up top, it's difficult. You could rotate. Obviously, we'll do Salah on the right because we already know that. Left, you could put Diaz there and maybe Núñez through the middle. You could even put Jota through the middle. The way I would go is probably start off. I'd probably go Salah on the right, Diaz on the left, probably Jota through the middle, just because he knows. Obviously, let Núñez adapt a little bit, and then from there on in, bring him on every now and then. Start off with, so yeah.
Right. Indeed. So, yeah. Núñez, do you see Bobby Firmino having any part in next season?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Nice. Starter or bench?
I think he'll be more of a bench, but there will be games that he will start in. I think like maybe the occasional like cup games and maybe some league games as well. Say for instance, when you have a game at the weekend and a game in the Champions League or whatever. I think he might play some of the league ones. It'd be a lot more of a rotational player, but he'll still do things that Liverpool need, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. Look,
So,
for me, his link-up play is so underrated.
yeah, that's the thing. He does a lot more than what a lot of opposition fans like. They just look at his goals record. They don't look at
Without
everything
him,
else. Like when Liverpool have them players out wide, does the player in the middle or as the centre forward, whatever, do they need to be scoring the goals, or can it not
without
come from
him,
everywhere else as well?
without him in the team, Salah and Mane don't score the amount of goals.
Exactly that. Yeah, exactly this comment as well. He will definitely come into the mix. It'll still be part of the mix, 100%.
Do you remember a defender called Ben White? Plays for Arsenal.
Oh God, what's he saying here then?
He's not saying anything. It was against Newcastle. He scored an own goal, and basically all the Tottenham supporters came out of the woodwork and saying he's instantly become a Tottenham legend. Vaughan asks, is this the season Timo Werner steps up? No. Honestly think he's a lost cause at Chelsea.
Yeah, he is such a loss.
James, I guess it's who pays the most for him. Yeah. Well, who is Arsenal? I only know Woolwich. Yeah, Woolwich. They're not even from North London. Let's have it right. Big up, Johnny. So, yeah, Sheen says Chelsea's lineup will be a 3-2-4-1. Chalobah, Silva, De Ligt, Kante, Jorginho,
Oh no.
Callum Hudson-Odoi, Mason Mount. No! Not... Oh, God. Not Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Joe, why? Why?
CR7 will stay at Man U. He wants to leave. Can't keep an unhappy player at the team, at the club.
Well, if Chelsea bet a reasonable offer, he's at Chelsea. Hey. Nah, he can stay there.
Why? Why do you not want to?
No. 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 It's like we got rid of Lukaku, now we bring in Lukaku.
Cho has his heart set on Chelsea. Well, we don't think he's good enough.
Well, we don't have our set on Joe.
You're a passion. Are you one of those people who love the academy, Hashim?
Tielemans is fully sold on a move to Arsenal, so if Manchester United to bid for Tielemans, they will only get him. If Arsenal decide that's fine, go ahead and take the player.
Oh, God. Tielemans has no ambition if he goes to Arsenal.
Frankie de Jong has to cut his wages by 50% if he wants to stay at Barcelona.
Yeah, loan him abroad. Like to a team like Valencia or Sevilla. I think he'll do well in Spain.
Yeah.
Tielemans has agreed personal terms with Arsenal. Well, he's a player I rate, but I wish him absolutely no luck. And hope he flops massively if he signs for them.
Is it only me or is Tyler's camera going mad?
Mm,
Don't know. It might be.
yeah.
Oh no, it is. No, it is. I know what you mean. Oh. Wait, let me turn it off. Turn it back on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me because I know. But yeah.
Look at the British Grand Prix poll I did. Literally, look, the actual winner got no votes. Look, 0% for Carlos Sainz.
Who won? Did Sainz won?
Yes, he did.
How did Hamilton bottle it? How? So Nepan, you were correct. Nepan predicted that Carlos Sainz will get first place.
Yep, I predicted he would win.
Nepan, is there some money laundering going on?
No. What makes you saying that?
I don't know. Um, Manchester United have offered Christian Eriksen a 550 500k 150k per week contract and so yeah, and then Leeds are closing on in signing Leipzig midfielder Tyler Adams.
Yeah.
Juventus want Koulibaly as they prepare for life without Matthias de Ligt. Napoli would be willing to sell the defender because he has only 1 year left on his contract.
Is that Kalidou Koulibaly?
Yeah.
Nice.
And Pogba says on Twitter he's posted pictures of himself practicing and says can't wait like ... football.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll wrap up at the hour mark because I don't think there's much left for us to talk about.
Manchester City and Bayern Munich has inquired for the lead, but right now Chelsea are in the lead.
So happy. I would be so happy if we get De Ligt instead of Man City. I'll be so happy because we will finally be a more attractive proposition. Well, we'll find. Yeah, I'm honestly sorry, Tyler. I'm losing it.
So, mate. So I know you've done a stream for 3.5 hours, so you know.
Chelsea are winning nothing. Well, we'll see. End of next season, Ilias. Can't say the same for Liverpool because I think they'll win something next season.
Now, Tyler, who do you think is going to make is going to be the top 2 in the Championship?
Early prediction. I'm actually going to be doing Championship predictions as well as Prem, but I think Norwich will win it. You know how they move every single time.
Yeah, Norwich are a limbo team.
Second's difficult
I'm
because
gonna
I think there's going to be a lot more teams than last season going for the playoffs as well. I think this is the year Watford are not fighting for automatics because, you know, I look at certain things and I just think, what is going on at that club? I'm loving it, but there's certain things I see and it's just, like, they really think they're going to succeed instantly. Like, they got a League Two manager, for God's sake. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's planning to bring in League Two players. Now, I know there can be a jump up like that. You've seen it for Adebayo for Luton, but even then, I'm not going to compare him to who they're looking at. So second place is difficult. It really is difficult.
I think they.
But yeah, I don't know. I have to when everyone's done their business, I'll judge it from there. But I think Norwich will win the league. To be honest.
Do Blackburn still have Ben Brereton Diaz?
Yeah, I think the problem they might have. I'm not too sure if they've brought someone in or something. But I thought that when they got rid of their manager, I was a little bit harsh, to be honest. Similar to when QPR done it, because all right, QPR, them two didn't get playoffs, but you know, QPR, they just kept, so they had bad injuries to goalkeepers, similar to Luton. But what Luton would do is call in emergency loans, because if you know it carried on being how it would be, I think in the playoffs Luton would have had to put like a 16-year-old in goal. You don't want to be doing that in a game like that. So that's why we called emergencies. Whereas when they were in a chance to still get playoffs, they were just like putting youngsters in goal. And, you know, you're putting a lot of pressure on them, you know, with what you potentially go on to achieve, which is getting in the playoffs. You know, that was their problem for me. It weren't the manager or anything like that. Burnley's not a bad shout as well. What was that? Sorry, Hannah?
Watford lost to
Cambridge, yeah, in a friendly. I saw that.
Cambridge.
Imagine losing to a bunch of university students. Could never be my club.
Oh dear, yeah, but Burnley's not a bad chat. It depends what else they do in the window. Obviously, I know they've got Scott Twine. He's a very good player from MK Dons.
I honestly think I'll tell you my early playoffs. Well, my early playoffs, yeah.
Go on, I want to hear this.
Sorry, not my early playoffs. My early top 6.
Go on.
Norwich to win.
Okay.
I think. Ooh, you know what? I think Blackburn Rovers will finally do it.
Yeah.
Come second. Burnley.
Bit off topic. Blackburn's probably the best away day I've done in the Championship, to be honest, last season.
Right.
Not Birmingham. They lost
3.
No, not Birmingham at all.
Number 3, I'm going to go with Luton Town.
Reckon we'll get 3rd?
Yeah. Number 4, I'm going to go with Sheffield United.
Yeah, they'll get in it again, I reckon.
Number 5, I'm going to go with Huddersfield Town. And number 6, I'm going to go with Millwall.
Millwall, yeah, and they'll finally get in.
And the early playoff winner, I'm going to give you 2, actually. I think it will either be Luton Town or... Wait, did I put Burnley in the playoffs?
No.
Luton Town or... Sheffield United. I could change, but it would not surprise me if Burnley made the playoffs.
Yeah. Definitely.
In fact, I expect them to because they appointed Vincent Kompany.
Yeah, like I said, the thing with them, it's more what they do in the window. Like I said, they've already brought in Scott Twine. He's a very good player. Trust me, he's a very good player.
He will get top.
I'm not too sure who else they've brought in. Obviously, they've had major outgoings, which obviously we expected. But yeah, it depends what else they do for me. But yeah, Company, I think he'll do. I think he's a good manager. I think he'll do good.
He's a good championship manager.
Yeah.
You know what? I honestly see him in like 10, 15 years' time managing Man City. You know, like how Zinedine Zidane with Real Madrid, Pep Guardiola with Barcelona. I didn't realize he left, Hanno. I didn't realize he left.
No, my connection is I don't know what. So yeah, I just switched over to my phone. Yeah, my championship playoff predictions: Norwich,
Norwich,
Is he still there?
you there?
Not too sure if he's still there.
Sorry, apologies, my connection. So, top three:
Norwich,
Luton, Burnley. Fourth, going with Birmingham.
You think Birmingham City are making the playoffs? That's a bold call.
I think
that is very bold. That is very bold.
Fifth.
Then fifth, Blackpool.
Blackpool.
And then sixth, Millwall. Well, fifth.
No.
Yeah.
Millwall.
I already know mine. Based on right now, I already know mine.
How about Swansea? Nah, Swansea are done.
I actually think Swansea will be battling for playoffs next season. I don't know if they'll get them, but I do think they will be battling. Because the problem they had last season, they were one or two players away, in my opinion. Because there was games where they looked very good. Look at the Derby, for example, and they played Cardiff. There was a lot of games. So
early.
Yeah, and I think with Birmingham, obviously I've got a lot of Birmingham fans, subscribers on my channel now, and I think they were saying they've only got like 12 or 13 like senior players, and the rest are youngsters. So I think they've brought one player in. It's they made one slow step, you could say, in getting rid of Bowyer. I think that needed to happen at some point, but I still think they'll be in and around where they have been in recent years.
A few more topics, completely off Mo Salah now. Who do you think is going down to League One? Who do you think is going down to the Championship? And who do you think is going to win the Premier League? We'll do all that, all three of us, and then we'll close up from there.
So who's going down from Prem Championship?
No, we're going down. We're going to start with the Championship down to League One.
Okay. Let me just have a look at all the teams that are in there again.
And my one has a bit of a spoiler in it. I want all of you in the chat to guess what the spoiler is going to be. Well, not spoiler. A bit of a surprise inclusion. I agree. I'll start.
Okay, I'm just thinking now. I've got one team so far.
Okay, I think Sunderland will survive at the skim. I'm actually going to put.
Exactly what I think.
I'm going to put. I'm going to do for bottom 4, including the survivor. I think Sunderland will survive on goal difference. They'll finish 21st. 22nd. I think Rotherham United will finish 22nd. 23rd.
Yeah, I've got mine.
23rd. I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, I've got mine.
23rd. I'm gonna go with. Coventry City. Big up, Terry. Big up yourself, Terry. 23rd, I'm going to go with Coventry City. And rock bottom, I'm going to go with. A lot of you are going to. This is the surprise inclusion. Rock bottom, Stoke City. I think this is the year Stoke City go down to League One.
It's not a bad shout. I was actually debating them in mine. But yeah, my 3. Mine, you could say they're a bit controversial, but I also obviously, look at it a bit more as well. So I think rock bottom will be Wigan. I think they're really going to struggle. Second bottom, Reading. I think this is finally the year they go down. They've been one of them teams in recent years that have just been floating around, and it's just not a great team to watch, to be honest. Like, no disrespect to any Reading fans or anything. It's just how I see it.
It is a bold call, James.
Sorry?
James is telling me it's a bold call, saying Stoke to go down to League One.
I don't think it's a bad shout, to be honest. Especially with how they were last season and that sort of thing. And then the other team I'm going to go for is Rotherham. However, I do think they won't finish rock bottom this time. I look at some signings they've done, and they are very good signings, like Tom Eaves from Hull. Not too sure if you've heard of him. Striker.
I've heard of Tom Eaves.
He's good for that definitely for Rotherham. And there's Kyoso from Luton as well. He's a very good right back. The problem why Luton didn't keep him, but it's not really a problem. He's one of them players who wants regular game time, but it's always going to be difficult for him to get it at Luton because you've got James Bree ahead of him. But yeah, that's two very good signings there. But I do still think they'll go down. But I don't think they won't go down without a fight this time. They won't finish rock bottom, in my opinion.
Yeah. Do you think Wigan will give up, or will they fight?
I think they will. They will put up games where I think they'll have them sort of games where it's tight. They have tight games, but they just keep losing and losing narrowly and that sort of thing. I don't know. I'm not really too convinced with them whereas Sunderland, for example, I look at it and I'm not saying they'll shoot up the tables. Don't think they will, but I look at certain players they've got and and the manager, and I think they've got the ability to survive in the Championship come next season, even if it's just.
Is this Rotherham United you're talking about?
No, Sunderland.
Yeah. Honestly, I think Sunderland, I'm not saying next season or the season after or even the season after that. I think they'll be back in the Prem one day.
Yeah, definitely one day. Yeah, 100%.
Because when they went down to League One, I'm like, they're not staying there for long. That possibly Um, right. So, who do you think will be the bottom four in the Premier League? The team that survives and the three that go down.
Okay. I know one of them right now. I'm just trying to think of it in an order. So how many teams you want me to name? 2 or 3? I mean, 3 or 4, sorry.
4. 17.
4. Okay. So, 1.
Terry says, of course he would. You support Tottenham. Of course you'd say Chelsea. Any games this season?
Okay, yep.
I'll try and go to as many home games as possible. I'll do my best to go to Tottenham, and that's the home game. Terry, if you're still in the chat, are you going to go to the bridge for your first? Is Southampton at St Mary's or White Hart Lane? Because I know they're your first game of the season.
Yeah, I've got my 4.
Are you going to be coming to the bridge for your second game? Yeah, I'll try and go to as many home games as possible. Right. So, yeah, you go first.
Okay. So, rock bottom, I think Fulham. Obviously, we know they can move like a yo-yo club, another Norwich. Just not really convinced. They've lost a lot of, obviously Carvalho is a very good player for them as well. Played a lot of championship games last year as well. Obviously, that's big miss. Mitrovic, just doesn't seem to pull the strings in the Premier League. So I think they'll finish bottom. Second bottom, I'm actually going to go. I'm going to go with Leeds. Look at a lot of the players that they're losing out on right now. Obviously, Phillips, who I don't really rate highly, but he was a major part of their squad. Rafinha, so it's going out. Obviously, wherever that is, he's going out. I know they're looking at Tyler Roberts, but I don't know if that's going to. I know obviously I have the links with the manager and that, but I don't know if that's going to help them get out of where they could potentially be last season. So I'm going to go with them there. And then 18th, this could be a shock in a way, but I'm going to go Southampton. I think they're really going to struggle next year.
Brentford, what? United? Do you mean Man United? Do you think Man?
Oh dear!
Jesus Christ, Man United! Nah. As much as I dislike Man United, they're not getting relegated.
And then for me, the team that just survived, Nottingham Forest.
I think Nottingham Forest. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going with rock bottom. Obviously, Fulham. I'm gonna go 19th. I agree with you. Southampton are going to struggle. But we say that every season, though.
I think this could be the year. A lot of people said it. Obviously, I know that's Sean Dyche left and that played a part. Everyone said the same with Burnley. I think Southampton might be like how Burnley were. Because I know there's a lot of Southampton fans that have been calling for their managers' head on a stick, essentially, as well.
I don't know why. He is keeping them in the Premier League. If they sack him, if they sack him, they're going down. Honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to say this 20th, Fulham. That goes without saying. I think Southampton will finish 19th. I think this is the
I
year.
was debating them or Leeds.
I'm not going to say finally because I don't really hate Southampton. I think this will be the year. I think this will be their year now to go down. 18th, and this will be on goal difference. On goal difference, the team that will go down. There are a lot.
Oh yeah, Everton's not a bad shout as well, to be honest.
I want to say Everton, but I don't want to say Everton.
I'll say Everton will be in and around it, but I'm looking at it now, and I'd still probably say they survive, to be honest.
I'm going to say the 3 teams to go down: Fulham, Southampton, and you know what? I'm not going to say a definite out-and-out 18th. It's going to be between Everton and Brentford. And then the top 6, well, top 7. So I'm including all the European spots. 7th, I'm going to go West Ham. 6th, I'm going to go with I'm going to go, you know what? I think Leicester will bounce back this season. 6th, I'm going to go with Leicester City. 5th, I'm going to go with Man United. 4th, I'm going to go with Chelsea. 3rd, Terry's going to like this one. I'm going to go with Tottenham. 2nd, I'm going to go with Man City. And I think Liverpool will win it this season. I think Liverpool will win the Premier League.
Fair enough.
Because it's not often that Jurgen Klopp loses out on a trophy by margins and doesn't win it the next season.
True. That is true, to be fair.
I think you guys will win it next season.
Fair enough. My top 6 is the exact one that was there.
Right. So that concludes today's transfer news. T-Boy, thank you for coming on. Sorry, Tyler, thank you for coming on.
Not a problem. Not a problem. You can say my name however you want. You can say T-Boy or Tyler. I don't mind. But no, thank you for bringing me on.
And you can subscribe to all my socials in the ticker below. And with that being said, if there are, I don't know when I'll be back. I'll be back when there are more done deals. Hopefully, with if I'm on my own, it'll be an upload. If I manage to get a few people on, it'll be a live stream. And yeah, with that being said, social media is in the description below, in the ticker below. Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications if you haven't already. The final like count is 22 likes, and I shall see you all in the next video. Laters.